position on matters climate. We also have had an opportunity to discuss global peace and security and shared concerns on the continued conflicts and instability in our regions and other parts of the world. Consequently, we've agreed to play our rightful roles within the existing instruments in the community of nations to contribute to a more peaceful and secure world. In DRC, in Sudan, including the meetings I had yesterday on how Kenya continues to play a pivotal role in anchoring the stability of our regions and the huge sacrifices that this is happening elsewhere in the world, in Russia, Ukraine, in Israel, Gaza, and that collectively we need to come together to resolve these conflicts so that we can have a much more peaceful and stable globe that we can all pursue our aspirations as nations. President Iohannis and I also resolved to continuously work together both at the bilateral as well as multilateral levels to promote and support the achievements of the Global Development Agenda, including the Sustainable Development Goals. It's my pleasure again, ladies and gentlemen, to appreciate my brother, the President of Romania, for visiting Kenya. I have also explained to him the cultural, the tourism, and the many other aspects that await our progress as we enhance the relations between our two countries. That culture, especially theater, is a space that is very well developed in Romania, and as Kenya, we can learn a lot in that space. I've also agreed with the President on how we're going to work together in the digital space, in the technology space, leveraging on their expertise and knowledge and building a nexus between their center of cybersecurity with our Silicon Savannah in Kenya, and how we can build that, because we all realize that whether it is delivery of government service, whether it is revenues, whether it is health, including ourselves in agriculture, technology is becoming a great enabler, and we can share experiences and share expertise and knowledge in that space. I've also appreciated Mr. President and the government of Romania for opportunities extended to students from Kenya to study in universities in Romania. And we are looking forward to building an even bigger engagement in that space to enable us build the people-to-people relations between our two countries. Mr. President, again, on behalf of the government and people of Kenya, I welcome you and your delegation to Nairobi and to Kenya, and we look forward to building a stronger, firmer relationship, people-to-people, government-to-government, and regional cooperation between our two countries. Mr. President, the people of Kenya and this great delegation want to listen to you more than they wanted to listen to me.
Thank you very much, Excellency President Ruto. Thank you for the warm, friendly welcome you prepared for me and for my entire team. We are really feeling among friends here. I will continue in Romanian. Bună ziua! Îmi face o deosebită plăcere să mă aflu astăzi în vizită de stat în Republica Kenya. Kenya este unul dintre prietenii tradiționali ai României în Africa de Est și un partener economic și sectorial din ce în ce mai relevant pentru noi. Înainte de a continua, adresez președintelui Ruto și cetățenilor din Kenya condoleanțe pentru pierderile de vieți omenești cauzate de masivele inundații recente, precum și regrete pentru pagubele materiale înregistrate și miile de oameni strămutați din gospodăriile lor. I-am împărtășit președintelui William Ruto viziunea României privind redinamizarea relațiilor noastre cu statele continentului african, Kenya având un rol esențial în demersurile strategice ale țării noastre. De altfel, vizita în Kenya se desfășoară într-un context foarte special. Recenta adoptare a primei strategii naționale pentru Africa, cu titlul România-Africa, parteneriat pentru viitor prin pace, dezvoltare și educație. România și Kenya au o relație îndelungată, caracterizată prin respect și încredere reciprocă, consolidate pe parcursul a 55 de ani de relații bilaterale.
Today's discussions, building on our traditional relation, will open new cooperation perspectives. To continue our discussions, I have extended an invitation to President Ruto to visit Kenya. Is an example of political stability and democratic transition in Eastern Africa, and moreover, economic, financial, transport and sustainable development hub for the entire region. Our consultations today have reconfirmed that we have joint topics of interest and similar positions toward global current concerns and challenges. So we've agreed to develop cooperation in areas of an essential role both for Romania and Kenya: protecting the environment and fighting climate change, civil protection, education, digitalization, green energy. I've expressed my appreciation for the role of leader undertaken by President Ruto and Kenya in the efficient management and fighting climate change, and we've agreed that our administrations cooperate tighter in this respect. We've identified a major cooperation potential between Romania and Kenya in areas such as biodiversity and forest, digitalization for sustainable development, energy transition, education for environment and climate change, and efficient answer to natural disasters and food insecurity. Allow me to express also my appreciation to signing bilateral cooperation documents in the field of environment, sanitary, veterinary and food safety, agricultural research and training of diplomats. I've agreed with President Ruto to work together to encourage the business environment in Kenya and in Romania to start joint projects, both bilaterally and on third-party markets, including in fields on digital transition and green transition. We want to value the geostrategic positions of Romania and Kenya as gateways, significant gateways for the regional economy. Within discussions of today, we've shared opinions on the evolutions in various files of recent interest at regional level, focusing on the possibility to solve possibly expanding crisis. We've reiterated Romania's commitment to deepening and catalyzing diplomatic relations and cooperation with Kenya to strengthen peace and security at regional and global level. Romania, as Kenya, is interested in solving crises in the world through dialogue, through multilateral instruments, and by observing and respecting the international law. Moreover, Kenya can count on Romania as regards promoting and developing relations with the European Union. Instruments such as Global Gateway and the Team Europe initiative provide specific opportunities in this respect. I will encourage institutions and companies in Romania to get additionally involved in implementing them, including by involving Kenya. In today's discussions, I presented the Romanian assessments regarding the aggression war carried out by Russia against Ukraine, the direct consequences of the armed conflict on the security of Romania and at European level. Furthermore, I've analyzed the effects of these conflicts on the food safety of the states in Africa, including on Kenya. I also presented Romania's contribution to facilitating grain exports from Ukraine to ensure global food security. Romania has taken significant measures and has invested in infrastructure to be able to ensure from the beginning of the war transit of over 30 million tons of cereal from Ukraine to global markets, including Africa, and we will continue with an increased capacity. We've agreed that we will continue to cooperate in multilateral fora to promote international order which is based on rules. Moreover, we support the efforts that President Ruto submits and takes in cooperation with international partners to find the best solutions to crisis files in Africa. My visit to Kenya will continue with meetings at the UN office in Nairobi and discussions with the executive director of the UN Programme for the Environment. Also, I will visit an assistance project in the field of education provided by Romania to a high school of girls here. I would like to thank President Ruto for the excellent discussions and for the hospitality. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Excellencies. We'll now take a few questions from members of the press. Remember to start with your name, the media house you represent, and then keep your questions as short as possible. Over to you, members of the press.
Bună ziua, Ramona Avramescu, Televiziunea Română. Am o întrebare pentru ambii președinți, pentru că ați vorbit despre efectele războiului din Ucraina asupra securității alimentare în statele din Africa în principal. O întrebare pentru domnul președinte Ruto. Cum s-au simțit aceste efecte în Kenya asupra economiei și asupra vieții oamenilor? Și pentru președintele Klaus Iohannis, domnule președinte, având în vedere implicarea directă a României în tranzitul cerealelor ucrainene, cum poate contribui România la susținerea intereselor Uniunii Europene în Africa și la contracararea unor teme de propagandă rusă în această privință a securității alimentare? Mulțumesc!
Sorry, we didn't get the translation of the question. So maybe, Mr. President, you can...
I can ask in English if it's...
Okay.
Mr. President, talking about the effects of the war in Ukraine on Africa's country, the question is, how do you perceive these effects on economy of Kenya? Thank you.
Thank you very much. As we have already stated, as people from this region, the war in Ukraine has created a very dire situation in the East Africa and in the whole region of Africa, because three things have happened. Number one, commodity prices have escalated because of the war, whether you're talking about fertilizer, whether you're talking about grains. And as a result of the war, we have a serious situation of escalating prices of food items. And that has resulted in higher costs of living in our continent, with very detrimental effects on populations, on people, especially those that are vulnerable. And as a result, it has led to a second thing, that we are now spending more money in supporting communities, supporting the agricultural sector. We're investing more money in subsidizing fertilizer for food production, fertilizer that is already very high in costs. And that is why, as a continent, we believe in a peaceful resolution of these issues and an early engagement to resolve the conflict is a most desired outcome for those of us from this region. It is the reason why we believe in a rules-based world. We believe in the Charter of the UN that respects the territorial integrity of countries and that believes that aggression against any country globally is aggression against all countries. And we're looking forward to an early and speedy resolution of the conflict in Ukraine, as we do in Gaza and as we do in the rest of the conflicts that we have in our own continent. Thank you very much.
România este clar cel mai important culoar de export pentru produsele agricole din Ucraina.
Natural products in Ukraine.
Of course, that is President William Ruto there at State House with Romanian President Klaus Iohannis, who is in Kenya.